Hello and welcome, everyone. I have an amazing opportunity and a great call for you guys today. We're going to be sharing some gems and amazing information that's actionable that can actually help you today. We're mostly going to be focusing on talking about generational health and the future of health. We're going to be sharing with you guys some tools and strategies that we have been using for decades now that have helped to change the lives of thousands of people. And of course, it takes a village, so I'm not alone. I'm going to be joined by a few other coaches who are also doing amazing work and are committed to this mission. So don't worry, you're not just going to hear from me, you're going to hear from other voices as well. And you guys can hear the heart from all of us. But before we get started, I want to just go over who I am because I think it's important for you guys to understand who's speaking to you guys with you guys today. My name is Carlos Del Rio. I have a bachelor's in psychology, a master's in applied behavior analysis. I was a former special education teacher. I wrote the book Relaxed and Awake. I also struggle with depression and mental health issues for a long time. I was living on 3 cups of coffee a day, especially when I was in school for my master's degree. I was also working as a clinician with kids with autism, and it was really rough. And I didn't really understand what was going on, especially because I was already like fit. I've been working out for a decade. I was eating healthy. I was spending time in nature, but something was off. And what we're going to share with you guys today, it's what I found that has allowed me to completely transform my life and also transform the life of the other people in my community and beyond. So let's dive in. Now that you guys have a little bit of background on me, I didn't really want to make it too much about me because I want you guys to get tools more than anything else. So let's get clear here. What we're going to talk about today. We're not going to be talking about quick fixes. We're not going to be talking about starving yourself. We're not going to be talking about hours of cardio or the number on the scale. What we are going to be talking about is symptoms of focusing on our health. Things like better mood, improved immune system, decreased inflammation, weight management, healthier skin, improves in efficient digestion, and so on. There's some of the things that we're going to be talking about today. So just so you guys have an idea. And we're going to break it down into 2 parts. Of course, our main focus for today is living a healthy, sustainable lifestyle. And it's a 2-part thing that we need to do. First, we need to remove toxins, chemicals, and parasites from the body. Most of us, especially if you live in America and Canada, you are probably carrying a bunch of toxin chemicals and parasites that are not serving you. So we want to make sure we remove those so that our body can perform better. But at the same time, we also want to rebuild the gut microbiome, basically the lining of your gut, your stomach, your intestines. We want to make sure that we rejuvenate that so that even, especially if you're eating healthy, you can absorb the nutrients from the food that you're eating. Let me share with you guys a couple of stories. So I think it's important for you guys to really get the emotion. I really want you guys to hear from real people. So I'm going to share with you guys a couple of awesome transformations. This is my friend Jill Stafford. She's an Olympic level boxer. She's the one that introduced me to what I'm going to share with you guys. And before she started, she was bloated all of the time. She was in the Olympic trials and she was just feeling tired all the time. She spoke to her coach. Her coach told her there's a better way to do this. And she went on and performed the best she's ever performed. And now she's a mom, so she's actually able to continue her journey. It's just a different season. But as you guys can see, she always struggled with inflammation. She told me that she would eat rice and her belly would get inflamed. And she's been using some of the tools actually the stack tools I'm going to be sharing with you guys for 5 years now, and she hasn't had issues with gut inflammation ever since. But we're not done. Come on, I got more stories. I want you guys to really hear from. I want you guys to see more people. This is Marilyn here. When she started, she was struggling with diabetes. Her numbers were stuck at a 12 for years, and there was nothing she could do for 2 years actually to actually move them down. 30 days later, of starting her journey, she was able to move those numbers down to an 8, which is very difficult to do. Her doctors were like, what's happening? And something that really stuck out to me about her journey is that she was using the
Call me
car.
back, baby. You're gonna be on.
She
Oh,
was using the carts at Walmart, and now after prioritizing her health, she's actually not able, she doesn't even need to use those grocery carts anymore. She can actually walk and give herself some of that freedom. So just the things that happen when we prioritize our health, right? Couple more stories and we'll dive in. These are athletes here as well. They're already healthy. They were doing their best, but they just had a bunch of toxic overload in their body. And once they were able to remove this both of them is just 30 days. You guys can see the difference between before and after. Both of these people were already fit. You can see they have muscle on their body already, but it was just covered by all of this crap that a lot of us are, struggling to get rid of. And this is gonna be the last one I share for now. Ha. And this is a mom. So this is my friend Julie. Actually, she is a black belt in martial arts. She is a high level athlete as well. Had a little one and just started to accumulate so much inflammation in her body. And once she started applying some of the things that we're gonna share with you guys, look at the inflammation that she was actually able to remove. She has more energy than she's ever had. She's going to school again and doing more awesome things, and it's awesome to see. Well, what's really happening here? Because we see like a tendency. We see a lot of people have a lot of gut inflammation, and if you look around, if you go to anywhere that's public, you'll see a lot of gut inflammation, especially here in the US. So it's very simple. It's an unhealthy gut. Most of us are struggling with an unhealthy gut. So, like I mentioned, I want this to be interactive. I want to hear from you guys. Can you guys drop a one in the chat if you guys experience any of the ones that you see on the screen here or have experienced them in the past? I'd love to see who I'm speaking with. One, okay. Yeah, I see a bunch of ones coming in. Jennifer and Terry too. Yep. Aaron, yep. I could drop in one myself in there for sure. I know for me, brain fog was massive, and inflammation for sure. So yeah, honestly, it's very typical. Most of Americans are struggling with some sort of unhealthy gut issue that leads to many, many other problems. Don't worry, my friends, don't worry. We're going to share with you guys some good stuff. But I want us to be clear though on what we're talking about today. Because I want to educate you. I'm a teacher. I told you. I want to educate you. I know I want to make sure that we're all on the same page. And before we can dive into the solution, we've got to dive into the problem. And one of the biggest problems that we're experiencing right now is glyphosate. Drop a two if you ever heard of glyphosate before today's call. And drop a three if you never have. Oh, we got some educated people. Let's go. Okay. I just found out about this like 3 years ago. You guys are okay. We love to see it. Amazing. So, and if you haven't, don't feel bad at all. Like I said, I have a master's degree and I never heard about this till like very recently. So, this is not something that's very talked about. So don't feel bad. It's okay. Glyphosate, though, I'll give you a little bit of history on glyphosate. Glyphosate is the main ingredient of Roundup, that weed killer that you see being sprayed everywhere, and it was first introduced into our culture back in the 70s. As we continue to advance, into the 90s, we started actually changing our crops, and that's where you see the GMO means genetically modified organisms, so that they can stay alive after you spray them with glyphosate, right? And we did a lot of that work. Most farms in America actually use glyphosate in growing their food. And now in the 2000s, it is everywhere. I mean, it's in the water, it's in the rain, it's in the grass when you go to the park. It's in the snow if you live in a cold place. It's something that's everywhere, especially here in America. It's illegal in a lot of countries, but here, all good. Apparently, it's okay. And it's not. And I think I personally am a visual person. I'm all about images and seeing things. And this is what farmers have to use to spray this in our food. They'll have to use hazmat suits to spray this on our food because it has been deemed as a possible carcinogen by the World Health Organization. They have lost so many lawsuits because people have gotten cancer from being around this stuff that's in most of our food. That is in over 90% of bodies in America. And this is what glyphosate does. It just gets us sick. Anything from cancer to diabetes to other issues. There's so much research. I'm talking decades of research that make that strong connection between glyphosate and other diseases that are just plaguing America right now. But let's review, because I know I gave you a lot of information, but I want to simplify because I don't want us to get overwhelmed and be like, oh no, let's make it simple. So the more we use glyphosate, the more health risks we see. And you can look at all the data and all different kinds. The more we use glyphosate in our in growing food, the more health risk we see. And of course, it's gonna affect our health all the way from the immune system, hormones, gut, diabetes, and so on and on and on. But I'm here to talk to you about solutions. Now we got through the harsh part. We know what's happening. I imagine a lot of you guys are already aware of the things that are going on. And the solution is Purium. And Purium, if you never heard of it, that's cool. Purium's been around for over 30 years, and these are the founders. We have Dave Sandoval and Amy Venner, and they work beautifully together. Amy's in charge of all of the day-to-day stuff, like she makes sure that things are working well. Dave is more of a visionary. He's in charge of making sure that we have the newest um, tools available for us and the newest food and the highest quality foods for sure. They both are published authors. They're both our parents, and they're both amazing human beings. I got the opportunity to meet them last year, and it was incredible. Purium stands, though, on four main pillars: community, environment, health, and wealth. And today, specifically, we're going to be talking about the ultimate lifestyle transformation. This is this is the shift maker here. This is where we can actually start seeing results. A lot of the people that I just showed you guys, and there's more to come, trust me, they start here. And this is what's going to help us to detoxify the body and at the same time nourish the cells. So I'm going to break down what's in this. I just want you guys to see the whole thing so that you guys can follow along, because I don't want to lose you guys. All right, so first let's talk about cleansing. Cleansing. First thing is the biomedic. Of course, the biomedic is the only thing I found on the market that actually removes glyphosate from the gut within about 6 weeks. So not only does it do that, but it's also a pre and a probiotic. So it has three things that it does for you to help you improve your gut health, which is so crucial nowadays. Very simple. The super cleanser it's all about removing parasites from the gut that are not helpful. We live in symbiotic relationship with parasites, and the super cleanser, what it does is that it helps you to cleanse out those parasites and at the same time heal up the wounds that are left on the lining of the gut from where those parasites were attached. A lot of people are always, I hear all the time, like, I eat and I'm 30 minutes later, I'm hungry again. And that's because you're feeding the parasites. You're not feeding you. So when you remove the parasites, you can actually listen to your gut. But people say all the time, listen to your gut. No, if your gut is compromised, do not listen to your gut. Make sure your gut is healthy first. So then you can actually start, and your gut will tell you, you need some vitamin C, you need some more carbs, more protein. And that's why a lot of people skip. They try to go all the way to the healthy part and eat all these healthy foods. But if your gut is compromised, and in a bad state, the food is either going to go right through you and you're going to go to the toilet very soon, or it's going to sit and marinate and just accumulate in your gut. And most Americans carry 7 to 14 pounds of crap in their gut as we speak. It's not fun stuff. It's not. It's not. But we have solutions for this. Come on. Now that we are cleansed, our body's good, our gut can actually receive nutrients. Let's talk about nourishing, because now we want to make sure we feed our body properly. And only a tenth of Americans are eating enough fruits and vegetables. The Power Shake, it's the first part that's going to help us to solve that problem. The Power Shake one shake of the power shake is equivalent to eating six organic salads, nutrient wise. And and how often do you guys see people showing you ingredients? Like I want you to see what you're really putting in your body. Look from the first all the way to the last ingredient organic. And this is to help nourish your body at a cellular level. Give your body those nutrients that it needs so they can perform the best that it can. Also, taste wise, I almost forgot to tell you about it tastes. It tastes delicious. I have never been like a big green juice drinker, to be honest, myself. Like my first job was in like a juice bar when I was 18, and I just didn't really like them. But this one I've been drinking for about 3 years, and I still love the flavor, and I drink it every morning. So it tastes like the milk at the bottom of your cereal. Like I don't know if you guys have ever have I don't know if you guys have ever had Fruity Pebbles or Apple Jacks. Kind of tastes like that a little bit. So yeah, it's the best. And again, more transformations because I want you guys to see what's possible. The super aminos are incredible, all about building lean muscle, as we know, especially as we age. We need muscle, and muscle actually supports our joints, and it's something that we really need to pay attention to. The super aminos were created for people who are in a coma, people who were bedridden. So people who couldn't move their body, they can maintain muscle mass. People like you and I on this call, actually we're able to build muscle as we live and we work and we do things. So this is a great tool to have in your arsenal to make sure that you're getting enough protein within your day. Because most people, again, are not getting enough protein. And that's very typical. That's very, very typical. And I wanted to share this transformation here because the person you see on the screen, she was a nurse. She was eating one meal a day and didn't work out at all during her 30 days. As you guys can see, she was able to remove all that inflammation that she was having. She was actually, if you guys look at the arms as well, you can see the toning that happened. And this is where the aminos come in because it's not only going to help you build muscle, but it's also going to tighten your skin. Is the best. Women love this. Athletes love it even more. Yeah, so very simple. As you can see, athletes, I want you guys to see examples as well of people we've been able to support because it's not a lot of people want to lose weight. Other people don't. I definitely didn't want to lose weight. I wanted to put on muscle. And the people on the screen also wanted to put on muscle mass. So it depends on your goals. And this is 30 days, most of them. It's amazing stuff. It's truly powerful. All right, and this is one of my favorite subjects. I love talking about sleep quality because people talk about sleep all the time, but I love talking about quality of sleep because most people are not getting enough sleep quality. And I love it so much, guys, that I'm showing you my own sleep numbers. This is my personal numbers here. So when I started to after I got started, I was getting about 27 minutes of REM sleep every night. And you guys can see the purple in the graph on the left. And doctors recommend you get 90 minutes. I was getting a third of that. So of course I would wake up and just even when I would sleep 10 hours, you see some days I would sleep in, I would wake up and still be tired and exhausted. After I added the superfoods into my lifestyle, look at the consistency of my sleep improving. Look at the quality of my sleep. And I'm not sleeping anymore, still about 7 hours on average. It's just the quality of my sleep improved. And, at the end of the day, documentation beats conversation every time. So I wanted to show you guys some receipts because I think that's important. And I know for a fact that most people are struggling with their sleep quality. Even when they do sleep, they feel horrible when they wake up. So after this, I started running. I've never been a runner, but now since I wake up and I have energy, like I'm like, all right, I guess we could go for a run. I have all this extra energy. Like I don't know what else to do. So, if you're struggling with energy levels, there's probably some issues with your sleep as well and mental health. Sleep has been directly correlated and connected to many, many mental health issues. So, if you're struggling with other mental health issues and your sleep are probably going hand in hand. And what we use for sleeping to improve our sleep is the apothecary. There's only one ingredient in this. I showed you the guys the ingredients for the for the power shake, but this one I felt like it didn't make sense because this is just one ingredient, and it's organic tart cherries. And organic tart cherries are packed with antioxidants. They're great to help you get into REM sleep because they're actually one of the very few fruits on the whole planet that has naturally occurring melatonin. And I was a teacher, so I worked with a lot of parents and kids, and I see the whole melatonin thing that's happening. So many people are just getting melatonin, and usually synthetic. The problem with synthetic melatonin is that you develop a dependency. So the more that you drink it, or chew it, if you're getting the gummies, the more that you become dependent on it. So you have to increase the amount. I've been taking apothecary for 3 years, and it's always the same amount because you're just giving your body the tools it needs to do what it knows what to do. Okay. Well, let's talk about lifestyle. Let's talk about lifestyle. That's it. That's everything that's in the pack. That's everything that I showed you. And I think it's important for us to really talk about how this is not like, let me do this for 30 days. This is really a lifestyle change. And I think a great person to have share on here is my friend Aaron. Aaron, do you mind sharing a little bit about your journey?
Yes, absolutely. Appreciate the opportunity. So yeah, guys, my name's Aaron. Um, I am a college student from a little town in New Hampshire. I actually grew up in a log cabin. So when I moved to Phoenix, I got to the big city and I felt a lot. Actually, the first 2 months into being in Phoenix, I fell into a cactus and I was in the ER for the first time. Uh, from there, I fell into car sales. I kind of had like a quarter life crisis. From there, I hiked the tallest peak in Phoenix with no shoes, no shirt, and no water. And turns out your body doesn't really like that. So got to the bottom. I ended up peeing out what looked like Coca-Cola. And so, long story short, went to the ER. From there, they diagnosed me with rhabdomyolysis in my kidneys, as well as acute psychosis from dehydration. And I was rushed to a mental clinic. And it was really tough for me, to be honest. It was a time where I got an opportunity to really reflect. And I realized that I'd never really dealt with the root of my problem. I had been struggling with depression on my own for over a decade. Um, and so from being in car sales, I found that my integrity was being compromised. And I felt like I was just kind of like in corporate America. So I knew I had to pivot. From there, I made the decision to partner with Purium. And I can tell you without a doubt, I am so much happier. I'm living my values every single day, my highest values. And I can set my own hours. I can work with who I want and literally transform lives for a living. So it's been magnificent. I can't wait for the future.
So powerful, brother. Thank you. And you guys can see young college student. Look at this. And this is what it's all about. Like really helping our people truly heal at the root cause. So I appreciate that, Aaron. Thank you. Guess what? Lifestyle. Guess what? Lifestyle. Well, man, do you mind sharing a little bit about your story, well, man?
Sure. Hi, everybody. So glad to have you all on this call. Oh my, what a journey. What a journey. Like many of you on the call, I was coming into my second half of life and something was shifting. You know what it feels like, right? Like what is happening to my body, what is going on with my mind, all the things, right? For women, premenopausal symptoms, all of that in my early 40s. And I said, I've got to make a change. I have to change something. So I went on a search and I remembered I did an ultimate lifestyle transformation 10 years before. I had met Lucy and Michael here in Ohio. And, you know, at that time, I really wasn't taking it as seriously. But when you are in crisis, like many of you on this call, you need a solution. And so it's been the solution that has kept giving. I am going to officially be 49 this year, proudly. I'm really grateful to be a 49-year-old, fit, healthy woman. I will not be experiencing the change of life like unfortunately many women do. And I'm on a mission to help women change that and others too, you know, just people live a healthy and a whole life. And Purium has been the gift that has kept giving. It has changed my ability to shop for better quality foods. We're talking about foods, not supplements, but actual food. So it fits right in my budget because I love to eat. And my power shake is a staple food in my life. It gets me all those nutrients and some of the other superfoods like dark berry protein. You can see I got my aminos right here. I got all my stuff right here. I'm with it. I'm doing it. So it's just been really great. It completely transformed my life, changed my aging process. The doctor, my last doctor's appointment, she told me I had the health of a 25-year-old. I was like, okay, I'm doing it. So, that is just awesome. It feels so good. And I love being in this amazing community of world changers. One last thing I want to say, because I don't want to keep us too long, is there's just so much going on like in our world today. And I think, people coming together to bring solutions to one another is absolutely powerful, right? How powerful is it that we get food from farmers? We're helping farmers who we know can really, really struggle in the farming industry. And then until we're getting our health. And then on top of that, we can have generational wealth. We can have accounts filling up, every week, and we're getting healthy. It's like a win-win. So people ask me all the time, well, May, do you wake up with all that energy? I do. I do, because I'm filled with joy. I am blessed. I am happy. I am grateful. And I got Purium. So it's been a great journey.
I hope you guys hear that vibrancy. That's what we're talking about. That's that pure energy. We love to see it. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate your time and appreciate you, sharing. So we talked about lifestyle, but we also know that one size does not fit all. We're all different. You guys saw all kinds of people on this call already. And we know that, the one thing might work for someone might not work for someone else. So we spoke about the ULT, and that's how we usually have people, get started, especially if you're starting your journey. But there's also the ULT collagen. A lot of women love this. A lot of athletes that want to improve their joints I also love this. This is a great way to improve your hair, skin, and nails. So that's why a lot of women love the collagen version. There's also the immune. I usually have my teachers and nurses start here. This is just a great way to give your body the tools it needs to have an appropriate immune response when things happen. There's also the ULT plus brain. That's for people who are looking for more mental clarity, who are struggling with mental health. Like, this is a great place to start. Or if you're an athlete and you need a lot of protein, you need pre-workout, you need all those extra goodies that are going to help you to improve your performance, the ULT Plus Performance, that's the one to go. So again, I want to make sure that we know that everyone is different. Um, Awesome. And I also definitely wanted to touch briefly on the referral program in the partnership, because although yes, you can get your own food and help yourself, you might be the kind of person who wants to support your community. Maybe you have a bunch of names in your head that you're thinking about that could benefit from this. So we actually have a referral program. And I thought, what would be the best person to have share about the referral program and partnership than my friend Lucy Maces. She has had amazing success in this business, her and her husband. And I was hoping she could share a little bit about what her experience has been with Purium and the business opportunity.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. Yes, well, one of the things I can tell you, I love the transformation, the ULT, okay? Sometimes you don't know that you have inflammation until you actually transform your body. If you, I want to share my picture.
Yeah.
You want to
You-
stop sharing so I can see?
yeah.
And see, like I say, sometimes you don't know what you don't know, right? Because you don't feel it, you don't see it. I thought I was looking good. Everybody was saying, but you're so petite, you're so small, you're this. And then I go, yeah, I guess I was feeling good. I had energy. I looked good. That's what I thought, right? Until I did my transformation and I took this picture of before and after. Look at this. I don't know if you guys can see it. All the inflammation around everywhere in my body, everywhere. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know. You don't know that you have inflammation. You don't know. You just know that you look good, because I thought I was looking pretty good. Again, until I start my transformation 90 days after, I went like, oh my gosh. Oh man, but I was like, really, really? So I urge you to everybody take a picture of before if you're gonna start your transformation with us, take a picture of yourself so that way you can see. We see ourselves every day in the mirror, and sometimes we don't know what we don't know. We don't notice. Michael never say anything to me. My husband, I guess he didn't say anything because he loves me, right? He loves me the way that I look and everything. So anyway, that's my transformation. You're right. The referral program. I mean, I've been in this business for 11 years, over 11 years. And I'm going to tell you, people still ask me, are you still doing that thing that you were doing like long time ago? And then I said, whatever that thing is, I think you're referring about work. And they go, yeah, I know you're doing that, but let me ask you something. How do you support yourself? And I go, what period? Yes, I know you're doing that, but how do you travel? Uh, I see you like working from home. I see you walking your dog in the afternoon, in the mornings, all kinds of hours during in the day. What do you do for income? I go, Purium, my nutritional business. This is real, you guys. We call it a referral program partnership because it is. Okay, we actually get paid every time when we refer somebody to use our program. Let me ask you something. How many times we go? I just went to a great Mexican restaurant, right? They're very clean, very organic and everything. I called two of my friends that they live in the area, and then I said, you guys have to try this restaurant. And one of my girlfriends actually went right away, and we met. And then, do you think the owner said, thank you very much? I called Michael and I said, oh my God, you have to try this soup. It's like it's super clean and it's just amazing. It's fresh, it's homemade. I went back. Michael said, bring me something. I went back. The owner didn't say, she said, oh, you're back. That's the only thing she said. Oh, you're back. Because I left, I went to my car, called Michael, and then come back. So they don't pay me. So we already doing referrals and we get paid to do this. Okay, so I don't want to make it too long. I know we're going to have some other time to talk about the income, the the you decide how much money you have to make. Put it this way: this is our only job. We don't have another. We do. We have another extra stream of income because now I'm playing with the stock market. I'm learning the stock market now that I have the money because of this business. Now I'm doing the stock market. I'm learning to invest my money. Those two things. My number one form of income is Purium. Number two is the stock market. And that says it all. It's a lot. It's a good feeling. Good business.
So powerful. Thank you so much, Lucy. Uh, you have been such an amazing inspiration and such a great mentor. As you guys can see in the pictures here, this is a community. We all help each other. We all support each other. We're all out here linking arms because we really see the value of this, and we see that people are suffering in silence. So what's next? What's next? I showed you guys all this stuff. Like, you guys now know about glyphosate. You guys know about what's happening with our food system. Well, it's honestly just two options. You could be average. That's 100% okay. You have the option. But we do know that the average person is what? Overweight, depressed, and broke. That's the route you want to go? That's cool. Or you could be the hero. My challenge to you, be the hero. Be the hero for your family. Be the one in your family who breaks the generational curses. Be the one in your family who decides this stops right here with me. This is it. Like, you guys can feel it. You see the shift that's happening in society right now. And it's the time to make the shift is right now. We can't stay in this cycles of suffering all the time. There's no need for that. There's a better way. And if you are the person who's going to be helping your family, who's going to be leading that generation, Simple. Say yes to the lifestyle you desire. Connect to the person who invited you to this call. They're going to guide you to the next steps. They're going to help you decide which is the best place to start. They're also going to include you into the community so you can meet the thousands of people that we have in the community. And you're going to have access to amazing coaches, people who have decades coaching people, and they're going to be here to support you in your journey as well. So if you're that person, if you're ready to be that hero, go reach out to that person who invited you on this call, because that one text message you send can change your entire life and the life of your entire family and generations to come. So I hope this call today was helpful. I'm gonna open up the floor for some questions as well. If you guys need some clarity, we have some coaches on here that can support. But I'm gonna stop sharing because I want to see you guys' faces. I want to see you guys' faces, and I want to see where we are. Oh, well, man said she's a Shiro. My bad, well, man, she a Shiro. That's true. I love it. We gotta break this. We gotta break it. Aaron, I see your hand is up. You're muted.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I totally was. So I got a quick question. So if I were to incorporate something like this, but for me, for example, being a busy college student, say for example, I also have a busy social life, I have a few groups, I have a job, all this stuff, right? How, like, is there a required amount of hours that I have to plug into for the week? Is there a is there any requirements on that? Or how, like, can you touch on that a little bit more? Like, how does this work structure wise, or is it just kind of your own, business? Like,
So,
what does that look like?
so we say this all the time. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. You're definitely on your business, and you can lead it. I'll share with you my personal experience. When I started, I was in my master's degree and I was working full time. And I was still able to include this into my lifestyle because I already ate food and I was already recommending things to people. I wasn't getting paid for it, but I did. So once I started doing this, I was able to care for my health, also earn some income and do it on top of all the things I already had going on. And actually, after I added this, my grades went up. I was able to have more energy for school and for work. And when I graduated with a 4.0 GPA from a master's degree. And this had a lot to do with it. This actually helped me to gain so much more mental clarity. So it can 100% be done. This is all about including to your lifestyle, not completely changing everything that you're doing. It's just subtraction by addition. And I see what May's hand is up as well. I mean, if you could definitely share.
Yeah, for sure. I just wanted to say that I think, it's really about our story. I think it's our story, it's our journey that really inspires being able to overflow and help others because and when something's real, people can tell. I mean, that's really been my success with this. Like, people know that I'm passionate, people know I care. And I'm sure all of you on this call, you care for somebody. There's somebody in your family, someone really close to you. That's where it starts. It starts with your family. My entire family did this with me in the beginning. People that really, really needed it. Aunties that had inflammation issues, people that had high blood pressure, diabetes. So it really is about taking the time that's in your heart and managing that. And as you do that and you have coaches, you have support, you have us, with you to have a journey. And I tell everybody that like works with me, like, if it's not fun, don't do it. Because we have fun. We have a good time. I think all of us really, really love each other and we care about one another and we care about people, and people can feel that. It's very energetic. It's a very energetic exchange. So, whatever time you manage, tell a story, like, build your story off of being on the transformation. Take your time with that. And then if you're like, yeah, I want to partner, we're going to help you, we're going to upgrade you. And then we're going to give you a game plan that's going to work for your schedule, work for your time, something that you'll enjoy. And then you become like the best storyteller ever. You're tracking your journey. People are seeing it. Your friends and your family's like, what are you drinking? What's that? Or they're going to want to know. You're going to give them taste. It's very natural. It's not like overkill selling kind of feeling. It really is mission based.
So true. You can't fake the energy. You literally cannot. You literally cannot. But I don't see any other hands up. Sounds like I was my usual thorough self. We went through all the details and everything like that. If you have any other questions, though, we're gonna end the call here. Make sure.
Michael has something to say.
Oh, wait. Michael, yeah, go ahead.
Well, first of all, fantastic presentation. I just enjoyed every minute of it, and I love the warmth that you share, my friend, and the heart and your kindness, and Wame and Lucy, and all I do is eat Purium what I want every month. I just eat it, and let me tell you, it's the best nutrition on the planet that I've ever found in all my years on this planet. And it's simplified my life. It's simplified my whole lifestyle because I get my nutrients. I'm not yearning and looking in all these restaurants and grocery stores for food, even though I buy there. But man, when you're nourished, it's a whole nother world. And then I just have fun sharing with other people. So, for me, I just believe it should be simple. Why you got to share this gift with other human beings. And thank you for sharing with us tonight. I really appreciate it, Carlos.
Oh, love, brother. It's all love. We have to share the blessings. We can't keep them to ourselves. Well, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Michael. I really appreciate your time. And you guys can see, we have all kinds of people in the community, and I imagine you guys feel it. Same kind of love, same kind of vibrancy. That's the Purium secret. That's really what we do. And we've been around for a long, long time, and it's time for more people to know about what we're doing. And it takes a village. So if you want to take part, whether it's you just want to try the superfoods or maybe you're interested in the business opportunity, reach out to the person that invited you. We'll get you set up. We'll bless you with a bunch of discounts as well, and we'll get you set up the best way we can help you out. Thank you. Thank you so much for everyone that jumped on the call. Thank you for everyone that's going to be watching this recording because we got to record it. So if you want to share this with someone else, reach out. We'll send you the recording. Appreciate you, Lucy, Wame, Aaron, for sharing. And I will see you guys very soon. Let's do this.